challenge, the grand final, that we have this man right here, Happy here, is not too big of a surprise. But on the other side, Blade, maybe that is a bit of a surprise, especially if you guys haven't been paying too close attention to recent developments in the scene. Blade took out Neutron in the Battle of the Newcomers, 2-1 in the semifinal. And now he's in the grand final, going up against Happy. This is a rematch of the CDEMS Cup from 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah, where they met in the grand final there as well. And there was a pretty impressive run by Blade. If I recall correctly, he defeated on his way there Foggy and somebody else. Orc Worker, I think. And there I was like already like, oh man, pretty impressive, pretty impressive. After that, he went on to win Rust Brain Cup Qualifier #1. Another impressive feat. If now he takes out Happy in the grand final, he has had like an improvement day by day almost. Would be really cool, but Happy, man, he's the final boss of Europe. Nobody has even close to good stats against Happy. I would dare to say that the highest win rate from anybody in Europe, in recent times that is below 40%. Pretty sure. I can't exactly tell you guys what it is precisely with Happy, but he's just sick in Europe right now. He's probably got the best micro in the world. Makes use of his units better than anybody else most of the time. He's pretty good. He's pretty damn good. He's very scary. Very scary opponent to be going up against. Let's see if Blade can do it. He is certainly the underdog here. DK coming in early for the harassment. Oh. Blade tried to counterplay against the coil, but seems like the troll was in kill reach, actually. Kill range. So the DK gets the last hit. Why was this camp so late? Aren't you supposed to be able to finish this before the DK arrives? Usually you are. Oh, Acolyte last hit. Boom! It was a skeleton actually though. Early Arcane Tower this time. Not super early though. Makes all of this a little bit annoying. We have seen that on one base, human can play against Night Elf nowadays. Can they do it against Undead as well? I don't know. Still looks like an expansion play to me, probably. DK is getting a couple of kills, but he's getting really low on mana. And if he goes out of mana here, he's not going to be able to steal the creeps down here if it should come to an expansion.
Players' forces are under attack.
Which is certainly looking like. We have more peasants dying, though. Quite a few peasants died already. Yeah, this is definitely an expansion. So many peasants will have to be an expo, but when is the question. Play here, good control on the DK. 2 footies plus the AM is always the way you want to do it. As long as he's somewhat in range, of course. Oh, last hit on the water elemental. He got it with a skeleton. That's very important, actually. He needs to get level 2 from the harass, as he's not creeping. And now, if he gets the big ogre, that will be his level 2. But of course, Blade will be trying to counterplay against this. We have 6 peasants coming from the main. Fiend coming in for the undead. No backpack upgrade though, means no new Rod of Necromancy. So he's only gonna have one more charge here after just summoning this one. This expo is already kind of late though, with all the harass that was coming in. Don't like the AM positioning. AM should be standing right here, so he can cover against the DK as well. Oh, but he gets the last hit before the DK comes in. That's really important. DK gets the last hit on the troll, but that's not quite the level up yet. But he's very close. Almost has a coil as well. And that's the most important thing here when the undead plays so aggressively. Getting level 2. Nice peasant save. There it is, finally. And that is because he got this one water elemental with the skeletons.
A player's forces are
Can be hard to secure that level 2, but he gets it. Aim with the rings, not the best inventory. Could be useful later when he's in danger of getting nuked. It's gonna be a while though. In the main here, tier 2 done. Oh, and Happy Supply stuck. That's a bit of a mistake. So the Lich will be delayed. Fiends here making use of the Unholy Aura, moving back and forth, kiting, putting in as much damage as they can, whilst at the same time avoiding damage with that movement speed against the footies. No Lumber Mill yet.
Are under attack.
Could actually tech right now. And knowing Blade, it wouldn't surprise me. There we go. Instant tech. Before defend, before shop, before real towers. Even cutting footy production. That's kind of risky. Now he only has 5 footmen. If he starts losing these one by one, he's never going to get to the critical mass. And the shop gets cancelled. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little risky here. Needs to get more footies, needs to get defend. It's weaker than before, but it's still kind of mandatory against Fiends. Nice save on that footman. Alright, here comes the defend, finally. But only 5 footmen. And the AM's dropping lower, and the Lich is coming in. And this is where the economy decisions for the human are so important. If you decide to cut your footmen, only a couple of Fiends can put a lot of pressure on you. Yes, you get a fast tech. But now with the Lich coming in, these footies could just die one by one. And once statues are here, these Fiends are going to be very well supported. Statue is a little late, perhaps. And the AM. Now the ring is pretty good! He doesn't TP! Oh, what a mistake. Could have saved his first hero there. GG. I'm sorry, the overlay was wrong. But now it's right. I didn't have it 1-0 actually. There was a bug in the overlay. I don't know, man. I think you're really supposed to spam those footies. Spam the footies and get the shop up early. So you have a lot of footmen, and when you save them, you put them in the back, you can heal them up. But Blade is Blade, and Blade play is greedy, oftentimes. So, map number 2. What do we have? Well, by the way, it doesn't start off well for Blade. Echo Isles is one of the better human maps. Terranostan, of course, the best. But that was vetoed, of course. And Blade chooses LR next. And also, it started off badly, right? You're supposed to finish that first creep camp before the DK gets there. Why did that not work? Acolyte block? Was it all down to the Acolyte? Because he did block with him. Dude, isn't it crazy? Like, how long is Jera Cup gone now? It's been quite a while. And the last at least 25 installments of Jera Cup, Happy was already dominant. And even after that, up until now, continuously, Happy is still dominating Europe. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, Happy, of course, is an amazing player, but Happy has been putting up such great results. I think it's starting to become a psychological thing for a lot of players, where they play more timidly against him. They play more scared. They play under more pressure, even though Happy is expected to win, kind of. I think it's just such a daunting task to play against Happy. That's what it seems like to me, at least. Boom, boom, boom! Next game. Game number 2 for Happy. He hasn't dropped the map yet today. I certainly hope this is gonna change. Happy. The madman. Once again slaying everyone in his path. What do you guys think? MK? I think it's MK. Law Light can beat Happy. Ooh, dude, I'd love to see that match. That's what I was looking forward to today. Lolai destroyed the undeads in the race war. Destroyed them! With 6-0. Against the top of the cream. No. The very best of Asia, basically. And happy, of course, also mastering that matchup. But I think that matchup you really have to see on land ping, or at least on good ping. If both players are playing that on 150, it's not really the same. But anyways, Lolai was eliminated earlier by Neutron. He has the flu at the moment. Not saying that that's the reason for it, but couldn't have helped. Archmage, by the way, no MK. I thought it was gonna be MK. DK is gonna once again go for harassment, most likely, and this has downsides. Like on maps with easy first camps, usually you shouldn't be able to do anything with the DK, because when the DK is here, this creep camp's dead. Or can this acolyte seriously block for all eternity? Right, here we go again. He's trying to block as much as he can. Let's see how this works out. Okay, DK. Still gonna be a while. I don't think he's gonna make it in time. Oh, acolyte here. Alright, gonna run into the creeps. Just threatening the footy a little bit with this as well. But DK might actually come in time for the steal. Ooh, it's close. It's close, but it's not good enough. And this is what I was talking about. Creep camp dead. Water elemental denied. So right now, the DK really can't do anything. What he can do is kind of be annoying, wake up the creeps, force an ensnare, put on a little bit of poison damage, like this. Ideally, you want to lure out these creeps here, force slow, force more ensnare. But 0 experience at the moment. Nothing. And usually when you wake up the creeps like this, only one target gets ensnared. So I think it looks scarier than it is. I think you can still call the militia here. Bring, I don't know, 7 if you want to be really safe. And even if he wakes up the Murlocs here, I think it's okay. Happy keeps the aggro. But he's dealt barely any damage so far. Now going for the AM. But I think Blade is doing this very solid so far. And there we go. Brings 6 peasants to the camp. And in we go. DK has already taken a lot of damage. He needs to get a couple of big last hits here. I think he needs the Ogre Magi. And he's gonna get this one. It's really hard to prevent all of the last hits, obviously. But look at this. Really good defense, right? Gets the Ogre Magi as well. And now the DK stuck on 48 experience. Very, very good early game for Blade. Early Arcane, I like that as well. No longer so greedy. All of his peasants survived. Very good. Excellent early game, honestly. Excellent. But it's happy. You're never out of the dark. Never out of the woods. Oh, the surround on the Fiend, almost. Oh, dude, Blade, he's feeling it right now. On fire here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pretty good lumber for him as well. And now with the DK being level 1 only, the potential for harassment is so much lower. Fiends can't really kite. Don't have the aura. And he's got more footies now, question mark. No, again, he's stopping at 6. And there we go. Expose up. Scout and scouts it, alright. But now, this is also pretty cool for human on this map. You can creep outside your natural, get level 3, and since you're right next to it, you're still kind of protecting it. So I actually think this is a pretty good human map nowadays. The more I think about it. Yeah. Militia support also is kind of close. It's also a help. So we have an early slaughterhouse here this time. Lich coming in, obviously. More Fiends. Tier 3 is going to be later than last game. And here we go, level 3 AM. This is something that was never achieved in the last game. He was stuck on level 2 forever. But now he's here. And the DK is still level 1. This has such big ramifications, guys. I can tell you firsthand. The reason why in Asia many undeads will go for creeping first. Creep like this or maybe this camp, then go for the harass. Because if you go for the harass immediately and have a bad time, you're gonna be stuck level 1 forever. So, what do we have happening here? Tech is coming, there is a lumber mill, we have 1 tower at the expo, pretty good. Blacksmith coming as well. Everything is lining up here for Blade, pretty much. Needs to get defend, I don't know if he has it. AM is going very far forward, okay. Baits and Nova as well. TK is gonna be forced into TP here. 1 right click, oh my god! Just barely gets out of range, holy shit.
Player's forces are under attack.
AM is gonna get the boots and the staff here probably. He's got a lot of gold. Still wants to get this kill. Sees it with the footy. It's gonna be the TP. Is it? He lets him die? No. Boom! TP forced. Just like that. DK is gonna have to go for a healing potion now, most likely. Oh, he's got the statues now, though. That's gonna make everything. The Archmage is gonna make it much harder for the AM to pressure. Blade is playing a sick game, and he's getting towers now as well for once. Thank goodness. Don't have to get to as many as in the past. Destroyer's weaker and all that. But he's got the resources. He got this expo up pretty damn early. What's he doing on tier 2? Oh wow, he's getting a lot of towers. Okay, he's definitely expecting destroyers. And going tier 3. Okay. What's Happy gonna do? Maybe Blade is trying to prevent a counter expansion. Kind of makes sense with the rest of his play. He's going heavy into tech and heavy into defense. So he doesn't... So yeah, his offense isn't exactly the strongest right now. So he wants to prevent a counter expansion. Still, perhaps. It's becoming more and more of a thing for the undeads, of course. With the new patch especially. It's gonna be close to level 4 here for the AM. Double the Magi, that's very nice. And here we go, Acolyte number 6. That means counter expansion. But by then, tier 3 is gonna be done. There's still a lot of gold on Blade's side. And how quickly does he see this? Second hero for him is the MK. That means this Acolyte is most likely dead. Yep, sees it here. And now he knows what's up. Can't fight this, of course. Orb, Fiends, all that. Way too strong. Probably gonna be forced into a TP right here. Yeah, he is. But he knows what's going on. And uses the water metal he left behind, actually, to scout if there's again an Acolyte coming out. I really like this to confirm again. And confirm he will. Here we go, expansion. So now he can try to fashion a timing to hit this base at the most opportune time. Or could he decide to go for a third base, maybe? Going for tank distraction play, perhaps not the most desirable anymore. Tanks, now 4 supply. He's going tier 3 Sanctums? Couldn't he just go Knights and like gyros right now? Paladin, of course, is going to be a must, and there we have him. And the Knights coming out. Priest just for healing? It's got double Sanctum though, so it's going to be Knights and Breakers. Alright, we'll see, we'll see. So in the past, why it was so extremely hard for Undead to counter-expand was not the issue of getting the expansion, but rather of keeping it alive, because there's gonna be 3 tanks here, there's gonna be 3 tanks here, there's gonna be the AM with a couple of griffins in your main, killing your meat wagons. But yeah, now tanks no longer so good. And this is always what I was hoping for this matchup would become, that it's possible for Undead to counter-expand. Night Elves always could counter-expand, but Undeads never really could. Maybe this has changed. Happy's certainly trying it now. Really sick inventory, by the way. Healthstone, Mana Stone, Lich with the Claws as well. Over here, MK, we have Ankh, not too bad. Everything that keeps your stuff alive is appreciated. AM level 4, important level for him. And now the MK, excuse me, the Paladin coming in. But this is, again, an advantage that Undead heroes have. Lich and Dark Ranger both are not so level reliant. Yeah, you really want Lich level 3, but you don't desperately need it. Yeah, you want Dark Ranger level 2 and 3, but you really don't need it. And Paladin, before his level 3, he doesn't really do that much in a late game battle. And neither does the MK. But he's gonna get level 3 here most likely. As Happy is actually the one to move across the map. Trying to distract from his expansion perhaps, but oh, he knows what's up right now. He's gonna go in for the creep jack. It's gonna be too late for the big boy. Oh, Ancient Django, that's really good. Gonna have to be a TP out here, of course. From our human player. He's trying to stay in this for as many last hits as he can. Wants to get that level 3, gets that level 3. Loses a priest for it though. But that's well worth it, I guess. Also scouting for the 3rd base. But it's not here. Mortar teams. Really? So at the moment he's seen Fiends. Against which mortar teams really aren't good. Is he expecting Banshees maybe? Well, if he is, he's right. Banshees are coming. In my opinion, this is kind of the perfect Undead army. Fiends and Banshees. Backed up by statues and heroes. And upgrades. Not getting any upgrades. Oh, there we go. Upgrades coming in as well. But now he's got the big levels. He's got the 4-3-3 levels and almost 80 supply. But dude, this is almost 80 supply, but it's not here. It's a small army still. Dark Ranger in a lot of trouble. Scroll the Beast coming in as well. And I don't think he has Destroyer. Maybe he does, but he's not morphing any. This is a lot of damage actually coming the Undead's way. He goes for the Divine Shield here pretty early. And with those Stormballs level 2 now, he can find a couple of kills. Hey, suddenly it's looking pretty good for Blade. Gets that kill as well. That Scroll the Beast bonus damage is doing so much right here. Anti-magic coming in. He's gonna save the Lich for now. Oh my god, it's still a lot of damage though. Holy shit. Has to go for the Health Stone. With that, he survives. More anti-magic coming in. But it's the only one from the Banshee as it falls right after. Really good timing here that Blade is finding. Coil Nova on the MK is dropping low, but he has that Ankh, remember. And with that, he's gonna come back here very soon. Man, Blade is having a marvelous fight right now. Looked like a small army, but those hero levels and that Scroll of the Beast, they did the job. And now he's up by almost 30 supply. Oh man, this is the best chance that I've ever seen Blade having against Happy. Maybe ever. This should be his game. This could be his game, but it's not over yet, folks. Not over yet. Happy there, going for a bit of a anti-timing perhaps. Right when his opponent was hitting 80 supply and those 4-3-3 heroes. Feeling a little too confident, perhaps. That's a mistake that Happy will occasionally make. But in other situations, it looks like he's without a chance. And because of his confidence, he still wins in that situation. Has its ups and downs, I guess. Double silence here coming onto the MK. And the Paladin, the Lich dropping very low once again. And I like this army, actually. He's got the Breakers against the possible Curse, and Curse is amazing. As you guys hopefully know. Got the Knights for the damage, as well as the heroes. Mortars against the Banshees. Dude, this is looking very good for Blade. Finally Happy. He seems to be dropping a map. Invul popped. Where's the Lich? Lich is in the back. But Lich is in danger. More splash damage coming from the mortar teams. We have 77 versus 52 supply. Blade on his march forward, I think. This should be it. More Stormbolts should mean more kills. There's one. Boom. Level 4 for him as well. And the next Fiend. He's getting kill after kill right now. Blade in a commanding position. But he's not trying to finish it off. Expanding right here as well. Could be winning the game right now in this attack, but he's playing it safe. Getting further ahead when he's already ahead. Artosis would be proud.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
And this is the big change. These heroes hitting level 3. It changes everything. And of course the AD supply army helps. But honestly the heroes I think are more important. Bolt, kill, easy. Oh, but now the MK. He must be careful not to lose him. Look at the Paladin positioning. Way in the back so he doesn't get silenced. Another really high level play. Saves that border team as well. Now Fiends completely out of position because they dove for that kill. Using his micro well on the Knights as well. The level 5 on the AM. There's not even a staff in this army. With it he could be even more cost effective. The Lich super low. And the Breakers are just standing in the front, tanking so much of the damage. A-click on the Breakers, but really good control of the heroes and the mortar teams. Gets another one. And now he's not even mining here. Mortar teams putting in so much damage. Also, of course, the scroll of the Warsong Battle Drums didn't mention that earlier. Along with the scroll of the Beast, makes it the victory. And guess what, boys? Guess what? Happy can be beaten. He can. Oh, that was sick. That was some sick play by Blade, man. And I guess that was one mistake that Happy finally shows. Fighting into that anti-timing. Pretty cool. But also the early game, that was so amazing by Blade. Executed that natural creep perfectly. Just perfectly. That was so good. And I think he's really one of the best in the world at that. Early expansion creep against undead. He always does that so well. Almost always. And suddenly we have a tied game on our hands, boys. Isn't that something? Turtle Rock, though, the counter-pick map by Happy, that's a tough one, dude. That is a tough one. Always has been for human. And yeah, the militia duration is not going to do you any favors here. If we're in close position, this turns into a bit of a crazy game. But we are not. We are cross positions, which is the best for Blade, by far. If you spawn here as the human, then the harassment at this creep camp can be pretty damn painful. But here, it should be entirely safe, I think. Depends on the Acolyte block, I guess. Acolyte blocks have been pretty sick so far. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see them again. So, creeping this is gonna be hard. In 1.29 and previous, it almost always was this expansion. It's just much safer. It's not on the back of the turtle. And actually with defend, you can creep it pretty well. Kind of well. It's still hard, of course. Don't get me wrong. But defense weaker. Militia is weaker. I don't know. Maybe you have to creep here. I've seen barely any like pro level games. On the new patch, I don't know how it works exactly with the militia. We'll see. Or is he actually forced into a one-base play? Rifles were always considered weak, bad, falling off too heavily against undead in the late game. But the new rifles are better. That being said, though, I don't really see Blade being a rifle player against undead. But he has really good experience with them against Night Elf, so I don't know, maybe it's not so different. Alright, we have a bit of a lag here. So, what's going on in the main? Standard Ted Fiend opening. I could really see Ghoul play here with the new patch. Expos being hard enough as they are already. And then with Ghoul Harass coming in, oh goodness. That sounds like a lot of pain for the human. But no Ghoul opening here. Gonna have the Ted Fiends. There we go. Acolyte scouts the main.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did this footman already scout where the undead is? I don't think so, right? So Blade is going for this camp first. If you go for this camp, it should have worked out fine for him. As you can see, it does take the DK. Oh my god, he stole it with the Acolyte. And that's a problem.
Town is under
Ideally, you'd like to creep this to level 2. That's now no longer possible. But of course, Happy will probably steal one of those creeps. Most likely the big one. AM is going far away here. Tank the first coil.
Are under attack.
Has the gauntlets actually, which is pretty nice, giving him more HP here. And there it is. Fast tech. No expansion. Tech before the undead even. Of course, Happy. Oh, the units, the 5 units around against the footy. That's pretty good. Not looking for a moment, and suddenly your footman is... Oh, he denies it as well. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Forces are under attack.
In the main, he sees the tech and he sees no arcane tower. This can be very annoying now with skeletons coming in wave after wave. Like this one. Oh man, in the AM. Where's his footies, by the way? Footies were in the main. He stopped making footmen. Is he just not gonna make any footies anymore? I mean, I understand that he wants to go into rifles.
A player's forces are under attack.
But isn't it nice to have a couple of footies? Well, he stops at 3. Very early here. He's got some experience here from the Skelly, so this camp would be level 2 if he actually managed to get all the last hits. But of course, with the DK around, that is very unrealistic. And now, Fiend coming in. He's gonna have a lot more piercing damage now against these footies. And I also really like, whoa, how aggressively Happy is playing this. Because for the rifles to work, you really need strong heroes. You need the MK, you need him level 3 to have a chance, really. And the longer you keep this AM from creeping, the more you force him to creep along with the MK.
A player's forces are
so he's gonna be stuck on level 1 and 2 MK for even longer for that reason. Of course, Happy is also slowing down his own progress here in levels a little. But I think it's okay. I think what's going to carry him against the rifles for a long time is going to be the A-bombs. But in the end, of course, it is the heroes. It's always an interesting trade that you go for. Slowing down your opponent's leveling, but also, you know, slowing down your own. When's that a good idea? When is that a bad idea?
A player's forces are under attack.
Tough to say. Here's the MK. So it should be double slaughterhouse then for Happy. Here's the one. And stopping at only 2 fiends. Going into mass A-bombs right after, probably. Level 2 now for the DK. Creeping a lot without Rods of Necromancy as well, by the way. Saves him gold as well. But now with the rifles and the water elementals, Blade does have pretty good damage here, so he's able to creep quickly. MK now coming out. Priests coming in. Needs more farms. Oh my god, the inventory for the DK. Really good, or rather for the Lich, I guess. When he gives over those items. And yeah, when you go up against rifles, you can go Crypt Lord, which is really good, or even the new Dreadlord with the A-bombs. I hope we get to see Crypt Lord. It's kind of the only place in the meta where he's good. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Blade might be going for an early expansion. Now it's Skull by a Skeleton. Oh, he didn't get the last hit for once. Didn't get that one either. But he could still expand here. Because that's the thing when the Undead goes for this A-bomb play. He's gonna be stuck on very low army for a long time. So there could be a window here to expand on tier 2. And Blade is trying it. I like that. Ideal counterplay against this is to be in the area as the Undead and creepjack this as it's happening. And then you can do a lot of damage. But when you miss that window, which Happy missed, then it's pretty hard to do damage to this before it's done. Pendant of Energy for the DK here. Very nice. Tier 3 is done. And here is the Crypt Lord. My favorite hero in the game. Along with the Alchemist. He used to be Alchemist. And then Crypt Lord second. But we've been seeing so much of Alchemist that he's kind of lost his attractiveness a little bit. Greater healing on both the human heroes here is very, very good. Also, good tankiness on items on the MK. Actually very good as well, because this is kind of the only tank you're gonna have for the entire game. So beefing him up is very good. Hoping for a greater invul here. Taking out the middle creeps. Getting all those big consumables. Very unlikely to get challenged, because the Undead isn't strong yet. Has to wait. Has to get his tech started. Oh, second slaughterhouse is very late, by the way. Did he forget about it or something? Skeletons coming in for the harass. Blade, in typical Blade fashion, with no arcane towers. Ooh, the Scourge Bone Chimes. That's pretty good for A-bombs. Usually always useless for Undead, but in this one scenario, it's pretty damn good. I think I just heard a level 3 MK. No, level 4 AM. Crept a little circle here around the back of the turtle. Level 4, level 3, and now he has to mass produce. And get upgrades as well. Did he not get the invul? He did not buy the invul with the economy of an expansion. Now I have a tough time not calling that a mistake. At the red camp he finds the cloak. Could be okay for the MK, but I don't think the A-bombs are gonna feel it too much. And again, the skeleton harass coming in. And this is gonna really start to cut into his income. Gonna force a response as well. Oh, and now it's an MK by himself. Goes for the priest instead though. Easy kills with a Coil Nova. That's a good bit of gold here that this is costing. All the peasants dead. Mining decreased. And one arcane tower could have kind of solved this. Oh well. It's Blade. Second attack upgrade though is coming in. Oh my god, this Lich. Ooh, baby. With this strat, usually you can also super glass cannon build the Lich, because the A-bombs are in front to protect. And it's the human who has to kite, not the Undead for once. This really hurt him here. Threw him back quite a bit. But he's getting a lot of leveling done. He's going to steal this red camp away from his opponent as well. It's going to be level 4 for the MK if he has the time for this. But check this out. DK, Lich coming in for the harass. Really annoying. So now how do you spawn? If you TP, he's of course just going to run away. But it's the only thing you can do. And there we go. TP coming in. He just backs off. And again, this was super expensive. Super expensive. And suddenly happy that 59 supply with 3-3-2 heroes. The Crypt Lord not exactly the scariest yet. But Impale, well positioned, still do something. Oh, that was a pretty big Impale if you ask me. No destroyers up in the air, by the way. The water elementals are pretty good here. Eats the Fiend though before giving experience away. Oh, big Impale coming in again against 5 of the rifles. Oh man. He's cutting as best as he can, but heal scroll coming in. That was a big deal. Oh, the Scroll of the Beast. This is gonna change things. He has to get a destroyer against the scroll, and he decides to TP out of this. Is he just playing without destroyers anymore in this matchup?
A player's forces are under attack.
No, he's not. Here we go. Destroyer form upgrade coming in now. But went for it after Disease Cloud. And of course, it's a lot of lumber. 200 for Disease, 150 for Destroyer. If you're only on 3 ghouls, it's gonna take a while to get everything up. And Expo coming up here. MK almost level 5 though. Clap, by the way, can also be really good against A-bomb front lines.
Player's forces are under attack.
But it just seems like Blade doesn't like Clap so much. Haven't seen it once yet today from him. Here we go again. Skeletons coming in. But AM is here to deal with this. It's gonna be level 5 for the MK, isn't it? It's close. He gets it. Another talisman. That doesn't do too much. Can't believe that he's not getting invulns, man. 1 greater healing is not enough so late into the game, in my opinion. Second Scroll of the Beast, though, is really nice. Unrealistic that there's enough destroyers to dispel all of it. Along with water elementals. Crypt Lord did get level 3, though. That's the important thing. A lot stronger now. That, along with the Lich, is a lot of AoE damage.
Player's forces are under attack.
But there are heal scrolls here to counter it. Blade has no idea about the expansion just yet. But I think his strongest point is still yet to come. Around 75 supply, maybe. And with a couple of invulns, ideally. Just not scouting it. A little bit more experience here to be grabbed up. Level 5 for the MK also would be really nice.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are
Looks like Happy's threatening a counterattack here. If he sees the human moving towards his expo, he's gonna attack this one. Smart strategical play. Crypt Lord, really tanky, by the way. And here we go, finally he scouts it. Took a while. So how can he pressure this now? I think Militia Call, a couple of towers up there maybe might be the best idea. I don't know, honestly. This could be a very good position for the human if he can form an arch here around this entrance.
A town is under siege.
4 A-bombs isn't the most, honestly. And again, we have Skeleton Harass. That's doing something. Blade, no Feign of Arcane Towers. So, we need to pressure this somehow, right? Even just 2 footies up there would be nice. Also, armor upgrades. It's not getting armor upgrades. And here we go! The drive-by, harass. All peasants are dead. And now it's time to run away. But now he needs to get something with his MK. With his level 3 Stormbolt. On the Lich. Okay. Big Impale coming in. These rifles are having a tough time connecting with the damage. The Nova, is he gonna use the Scroll of Healing already? He has 2, so he could do it, I guess. Slows coming out everywhere. Ooh, that was a big combo. Or a big Impale, rather. And there's the Scroll of Healing. That was the first one. It's on cooldown now for quite a while. Big Nova coming in. And these A-bombs, they're just holding their ground. Kind of bad for this position here. thanks to the Town Hall, actually. There's a lot of damage towards the A-bomb, though. Oh, yeah, this one's dead. Level 3 Stormbolt pretty good, but he denies it again with the Dark Ritual. 1 A-bomb down, however. Over here we had some harassment with footies, but the Acolytes are fighting back. Big Nova coming in again. Mana's getting low, though, on the undead side. That was the last Scroll of Healing as well. There's a Scroll of the Beast still remaining. MK still has so much mana, dude. Going for the Lich again. I really don't know about these choices. Here we go. Scroll of the Beast coming in. So much damage right now. TP transferred. MK needs to try to survive right now. Stormbolt. It's ready again. Didn't use it there. Now, of course, Happy has to hustle over to his expansion. Kind of obvious this one's going to be getting attacked. At the shop. He's going for a Scroll of Healing. And the Invul. What a poisoning indeed. We have a lot of Disease Cloud going on here. Against the rifles. And this is going to be a big open battlefield. And the Scroll of the Beast is almost over, guys. MK. Ooh, he's low HP already. He's going to have to go for that heal potion pretty quick. Oh, lots of damage against the Destroyer. Mana potions on the DK, though. Impale coming in. Nova as well against the MK. This healing potion is going to have to be used very soon. Now, probably. Woo. Coil flying in was a little bit dangerous there. Level 4 for the Lich, though, can dispel or eat for a lot more mana. Big Scroll of Healing coming in from Blade side. It's not looking bad. Has to survive the mana here. That's the big deal, I guess. MK always has so much mana. One more Stormbolt, one more kill. A-bomb's going really down low in numbers. And now we have a level 5 AM. Who's very far forward, by the way. But mana for Happy is low. MK dropping lower and lower himself. Has to transfer the Invul here. Transfer the health potion. But it has a cooldown! Oh my god, what a mistake. Oh, what a mistake. It's something so simple. But it can cost you the game. Transfers the healing instead of the Invul. And the cooldown's still on there. And suddenly everything falls to shit. Oh, it wasn't looking bad at all. But that's the crazy thing. It's a scary thing against Undead late game, you know. Make one mistake with the inventory. And then heroes die. And then it's over. Well played by Blade. Especially the strategical decision to expand early on tier 2. Makes sense so often. But I think you really have to start spamming those invuls earlier. Like in that last fight, he only had 1. I think you're always supposed to have 2. But it was close, man. It was close. He brought him to the edge. Always feels like there's a couple of small things that if Blade does, make so many things for him so much easier. Arcane Towers, Invuls. But of course, those are corners that he cuts that do result in him having slightly crisper timings and stuff. But I'm not sure if the safer route isn't oftentimes the better one. So, map number 4. Happy in the lead, happy with match point now. My voice cracked a little bit there. Match point now. Amazonia, our possibly last one. And that one is also one where the militia duration isn't helping the humans. Not helping them anywhere, of course. Did I mention you earlier? I'm sorry, buddy, if I didn't. Abdul Al-Hazret subscribed. I think I would have remembered that name. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Alright, here we go. Map number 4. I said 4. There we go. Happy with the 2-1. One map away from claiming the title here. Which will be around $70, I think. Starting off with his standard builds, as he always does with the Ted Fiends. We have seen some more ghoul play coming into the meta. We've even seen some crazy Dreadlord. But that's more up to Lucifer. Happy, he's not really the most innovative. Sometimes he is in certain aspects, but he's not usually not playing the games that make you go, what? What's happening here? This is a, I don't know, necro push or whatever. Speaking of necros, by the way, the unit that has been buffed the most and still seen the least. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Necros, probably not the unit that I want to see, actually. Is this a grand final? Hell yeah, it is! So, what does AZ look in the new matchup? Look like? I think you should still be able to creep these two camps before the DK arrives, right? No, that's not true. You can creep this one camp before the DK arrives. You can't creep two. That's at least the way it was in the past. And nothing much has changed in that regard. Unless the Acolyte blocks you like crazy. So the Chinese undeads started pretty much always nowadays to creep first. Get the skeleton here, and then creep either here or here. But Happy likes being very aggressive against undead. It's kind of interesting how he plays it differently against different races. Against Night Elf, he always fast creeps to level 2. And against Human, he almost always goes for the aggression right away. Yeah, and this hasn't changed. DK is not in time to do anything about the last hits here. But he can maybe get the last hit here. Or can go for the AM right away. A lot of damage on the AM, but it's also a lot of mana out of the DK. So now he is stuck with 1 coil at the moment and 0 experience. Early level 2 for the AM is also really nice to get that mana regen in. And now 2 footies on the DK. Always keep on telling you guys about this. Really, really nice to do. Keeps pressure on the DK, limits his movement, and you always have info. And camps as small as these, you can easily take out quickly enough, even when 2 footies are missing. He was trying to trigger the end snares here, but Blade was paying attention and moving the footies away in time. High level play once again by both, and here we go. Expo is coming in with 7 peasants here to be safe. DK is kind of far away, but DK has pretty good health left. So let's see. Limited duration. How painful is it going to be? 0 experience so far for the DK. And of course, you can't coil the big one. So that one goes towards Blade. And if he gets the other 2, he's level 3. But even if he loses one, usually he gets level 3 because of skeleton experience. There it is. He's not level 3 yet. Kills that skeleton though. And boom! Level 3. Not too hard. DK got okay experience, but he's not level 2. And that's the most important thing. And this is how Blade won earlier, remember, on LR. Keeping the DK low so much. Yep, 7 peasants, okay. So far so good, I think, for Blade. I'd like to see him be less greedy now and not stop footy production, but keep it up. Keep it up. Also, looking for last hit denies is really, really... I don't know if important is the right word, but can go a long way. Especially when the DK is on level 1 only. Like this here could be an easy last hit from the AM. But he doesn't go for it. So it's more experience to the DK. And now he's only 1 peasant away from the level 2. But it's okay. I think 2 peasants died here. It's totally fine. DK is still level 1. And again, he's stopping with the footy production. I'd really like to see more. But alright. So here we go. Tier 2 done for Happy. Slaughterhouse, Lich. And when you have a strong AM level 3 like this and a bunch of footies, you can actually try to look for that Slaughterhouse cancel. That's a big deal. That's healing prevented for a very long time. Speaking of healing, by the way, the greater healing here is really bueno. Cloak could actually be kind of nice as well. And again, early tier 2 tech. Before any towers in the main, before a shop even here. Isn't a shop here early so good? I always feel like that's so good. Long range coil, level 2, finally! And now, if he had more footies, he could try to go for surrounds, but he doesn't have more footies.
A player's forces
Going for more now, though. Going for a shredder. Wants to get that economy rolling. I'd like to see a farm here. Close off that base. There's the shop now, finally. But this might be getting cancelled. Again, he's fighting against a fairly high number of fiends with low number of footmen without defend. And with that, the unit can put on quite a bit of pressure, but it's mass repair here. This should be good enough. Lich is coming in, makes things a little scary. But AM has the greater healing, fortunately for him. Tier 2 halfway done. So
a player's forces are
I still don't think he has defend. Tower's coming up now. I like it though, the early shop this time. Able to heal up the footies really early, all the ones he saved, and those were most of all the ones. Like, can't believe he's still not getting defend. Will make things so much easier for him. Tier 3 is coming. Statues, fiends. Statues, of course, especially going to be very good right now. Just getting a couple of kills, but it's always expensive in mana. DK, no coils. Lich, no Nova. Still think it's fine here for Blade. And with a greater healing, he can always play a little more courageously than he would otherwise. He should really close up his base, though. He's going towards the tavern. Is he going for Panda, maybe? Really? Looking like a panda. Huh.
A town is under siege.
Okay. Might shift gears here and go into like a base harass kind of style.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, the AM. He's a very brave man. Alright, he wants to put on some pressure here. With sappers soon to be coming in, and probably, perhaps, some Zeppelin as well. But happy. Looked like for a moment there he was going home. But no. It's third hero time, it's Dark Ranger time. And as you can see here, the creeps still aggro kind of weirdly. This little guy at least. Here's a Zeppelin. Sapper is ready. Good scouting with a Lich though. He sees this coming. Oh, this could be a big Nova. Last hit and the footy. Oh, and the other one as well. That was a triple kill. Still level 2 though for the Panda. Kind of risky right now. He doesn't know how far along Web is. Not ready yet. Okay. So, the Panda and the aggressive creeping, if nothing else, kept Janet on his side of the map, saving him a lot of resources, but now you're stuck on a Panda second, which really isn't the best fighter. Here's the Sapper, but Happy should be aware that this is very likely to be coming in. This Ziggurat, though, is very far forward, even with this. Oh, the double kill. Kaboom! And the breath. Bam! And he gets the 2 Ziggurats. And that could have been played against better by Happy, to be honest, but he was busy with the creep camp. Now he has to TP back. He has to keep his acolytes alive. He can't remake them right now. He lost 2 already, getting him down to 4. It's very important to save as many as he can here. And he saves 4. Still expensive, though. Oh, and the Zeppelin! Oh, if that survived, that would have been really annoying. But it falls. And all it cost him was... well, it cost him quite a few footies and a Zeppelin and a Zapper. But it's worth it. Absolutely. Happy at 41 supply right now. Not fully mining. And here tier 3 is coming. Double Sanctum again. That's just his play, I guess. Like, priests, breakers, knights, and mortar teams. Sounds like it's pretty vulnerable to destroyers. But alright. Level 3 Lich though. Got pretty good levels here. Panda also fairly good against the statues, but only really when he's level 3. Level 2 Panda is even poopier at real fights than level 3 Panda. Against undead, that is. And as human. Interesting game though here by Blade. Trying to buy himself as much time as he can for that tech, for that economy. But falling far behind in experience. Here's the first destroyer now. What do we have here? Second slaughterhouse. Huh. Mass. I don't know.
Forces are under attack.
Tanks coming in. They are still a thing. Tanks are really gonna be really good to force the undead to deal with them and then buy space to creep for the human. He really needs to creep, man. 3, 2, 1 is not good at all. Now he's TPing home, trying to save as much as he can. Losing footies is okay, I guess. But happy he's not giving him any space at all to creep. I like that as well. Acolyte coming over for the counter expansion. And here, Destroyer already in position. He's doing this so well. And this is also where not having an MK hurts so much more. These fiends can be so aggressive. Don't have to fear getting killed at all. The Panda showing his downsides here. But Blade is still gonna be up at 80 supply very, very soon. Question is, are his heroes gonna be too weak to be good enough? Where's the tank, by the way? Oh, there it is. Finally a creep camp here for Blade. Took a while for him to find one. He's gonna get this, but he might be forced into a TP out right after. As Happy is hot on his heels. On 2 heroes only, by the way. No Dark Ranger yet. I'm a big fan of Pit Lord third against human. But I seem to be the only one. Dragon Ace with a fire combo coming in, but it's level 1 only, so it's laughable. And Blade is taking a lot of losses here, especially the casters, what I wanted to say, are having a tough time. And now, with these knights coming in, with Stormbolt, you could find a couple of kills, but without, it's hard. Where's the tank? I don't know. 2 wagons seem to have quickly killed it, as of course is pretty easy to do with 2 wagons. Double silence. Here's the Dark Ranger now, finally. Going for the AM, and he's in a bad position. Has to go for the mana healing potion. That saves him, but only once. One Morphine dies. Those kills matter, especially considering how hard they are to get. Oh, nicely timed coil before the breath. Saves that fiend. And now the undead hero is pretty much out of mana again, right? Yep, DK, nothing. Lich level 4, but nothing. And they must be all level 2 here, I guess. Yeah. Another nice thing, you're not forced into Death Pact. No Stormbolt to worry about, so you can go for that higher aura for more regen and more movement speed. And now the Expo is actually standing. But it's still gonna be a while until the undead actually has the big army. This army doesn't look too scary though, does it? The hero is the problem here for Blade. Can the masses do it for him? Even have a couple of gyros here. Does he have allied movement? I mean, this one here? Formation on? Or was that just right click on the paladin probably? Ah, no. He doesn't have formation toggle on. I think it's pretty soon time to strike here for Blade, right? Buy invulns, buy heal scrolls and go in. He's just giving this expansion time. I don't know if he scouted it, but he should have. Does he have a big level up around the corner? 4 AM, okay. Very, very close now. DK slowed. 60 supply for Happy, he's 20 behind. Decent upgrades here. We have 1-1 for the front line, nothing for the fiends. And supply block is happy right now, but also don't forget about the 2 wagons here. They're pretty useless in the main. Shouldn't he go for these items here? Blade's good. He's going high upkeep. Wow. He's going mass gyros now. I don't know if he has flak cannons. Probably he does. No staff either, by the way. Militia coming out. He's waiting for his perfect moment to strike. Level 4 here for the AM. That's already pretty nice. But he doesn't have the deadly gyro numbers yet. And does he even need them against 2 destroyers only? I don't know. This knight is certainly gone. Oh, nice holy light from the back. He's missing a bit of his army. He doesn't seem to have everything grouped right now. Which is a big problem. There we go. Militia will be dying, a few of them. Certainly doesn't need the lumber anymore, though. 89 supply for Blade. I think it's time to go. He's still waiting for his gyros here. 1 knight over here. Could be doing a good job harassing. But the other is nearby anyways. Could deal with it perhaps. Difficult decision right now. Difficult position, I should say. For Blade. Going back and forth and of course losing quite a few units in the process. A peasant here. A gyro here. Happy's taking very few losses only. And now going mass destroyers. But I think Happy's doing him a favor right now. It's gonna be a lot of gyros here soon. He wouldn't mind a second workshop right now. Alright, here we go. Of course, there's no panda against these gyros. A couple of webs coming out. Usually, fiends could get bolted here, but of course not in this game. But now Slow's coming out. But there is the spell, and he's quickly reacting with it. Oh, actually, Slow's not dispelled. Destroyer's dropping low. This could be Blade's game. He's on the march forward. Still at around 90 supply. He gets that last hit with a holy light. He gets more kills with these gyros. Oh, man. It's looking good for him suddenly. He's not losing anything anymore. He got to this critical mass. 80 wasn't enough. But 90 supply, that's where it's at. And now with a nice moving forward. 1-2 upgrades. And yeah, destroyers, man. They don't win against gyros at all anymore. And now the Expo dude. In trouble. Spirit Towers will be finishing, but I don't know that it's in time. Wow, patient play by Blade, dude. Back and forth, biding his time. Colnova execute, yeah, but he's got so many more of those. 92 supply. The highest I've seen in a pro game in a very long time. Gyros, Knights, Breakers, and Storks, boys. This might be the ultimate late game combo. Really hard nowadays for the destroyers to win the air battle against the gyros. But Happy went for the destroyers this time. He tried the Banshees on LR. That didn't work. But maybe because of suboptimal timing from his side. 60 supply now for Happy. Blade. This should be his game. 94 supply. He's close to maxed out, dude. A term we rarely use. Normally reserved to StarCraft. And now a bit of gyro harassment coming in. And it's time for him to creep as well. And that's such a big deal. He was able to win that fight without a level 3 paladin. That only came later. And now he can creep up even more. Dude! Blade, Blade, Blade. I am impressed. Bringing Happy closer to a loss than anyone we've seen in a long time. Really cool, really cool. It's not exactly over yet. It's looking kind of over though. Sometimes units can hope for the human expansion to expire and then be in no economy situations again, but this expo will last forever. Specialty about AZ. mass wagons. Can they be the answer?
Players' forces are under attack.
They're only effective against the casters. Against nothing else, really. Gyros fly through. Go for the wagons, and the panda is really good against meat wagons. Boom! There's one breath. Didn't damage too many, actually. Scourge Bone Chimes, which he just found, also really good for the knights. Doesn't actually have too many of them, but he has a couple. With still 1-2 upgrades, by the way. Gyros get rid of the air. I don't think actually there was any air. And then they go for the wagons. They are pretty squishy, of course. The damage of the gyros seems to be good enough. He's moving forward here, Blade. Happy. Kiting as best as he can. But now everything's slowed for him. And he can't go for destroyers, of course, because of all those gyros. Everything's coming together here for Blade. And that's the GG. The GG. And the 2-2 against Happy. Holy shit. It might actually be happening, dude. That Happy is losing. That was such a sick game by Blade. My man. My man, my man. Oh, last map, boys. Last deciding map. Number 5. Thank you very much to Todd, who just subscribed. And also Water Joe, 8 months. I don't know what to say. Dance game. Don't know exactly what that was referred to. I think that was a pretty sick game, man. Blade playing this so well. It looked scary at so many times, man. There we go. Got in. Twisted Meadows. Definitely our last map of today. We're on a Frankfurt host. That's kind of weird. You want Blade versus Zero Boy replays? Sure, I can give those to you. Oh, actually, that's why you subbed. Yeah, of course. Maybe I should plug that. Replay packs go out to everyone who is subscribed to us. That's how we reel Todd in. Hell yeah. All right. Really interested about this map here. This is where we had the most speculation for the militia duration, pretty much. And of course, I am talking about Twisted Meadows. This always was a hard creep camp to take. And it became harder. But we've seen it work a couple of times. With 7 militia instead of 6. It's kind of cutting it close. So I think with an Acolyte block, you could land in a lot of trouble right here. If it's a good Acolyte block. And of course, if the unnet spawns close, oh, that's very, very scary. But Blade is not that unfortunate. Cross positions here. Really impressed though, man. Blade. So sick. Happy made one mistake, kind of, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like that to me on LR. Fighting at the wrong time. And on AZ, what was the mistake? What was the mistake? Letting the Zapper detonate against the Ziggurats, of course, that didn't help. But did that break his game? Or was it the unit choice? Is just Destroyer not a good idea anymore? Against the human on 2 bases with gyros and all that. So here we go. 3, 4 makes 7 peasants. Start this creep. But yeah, Water Elemental triggers the Ensnare, right? Yeah, there we go. So it's a lot of damage here. It's pretty scary. Tome of Experience, that's pretty good. What's the other one? Ruined Bracers. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Somebody wants someone to finally defeat Happy. And you know what? I wouldn't mind, actually. I may be an unlit player, but Happy is just winning too much. He's just winning too much. Can he please lose for once? Thank you very much, Todd, for gifting a sub to the bear. So actually, the camp is finished before the DK arrives. But yeah, peasants did take a bit of damage. So one dies. One died to the creeps, remember. This one's definitely dead. Oh. This guy is running for his life right now. Save me, daddy! He's gonna deny him here in a second.
A player's forces are under attack.
No peasant left behind here to build the farm. Doesn't want to give up any free experience. Remember, when the DK is going for harassment like this, it's really, really good to deny his experience. He's not getting any from creeping. Long range coil. Almost a kill. Oh, that one's dead. Where's the other one, by the way? Oh, he went out far into the open world. The big wide world.
A player's forces are under attack.
Start constructing some farms or something. Entrance here. It's pretty cool, I think. I like it. Can bait the DK in maybe. Force a TP. Alright, militia being called for this camp. So for this one, you need a little bit longer to arrive than for this one. Oh, and that with a new militia duration. Oh, baby. I'd be pretty scared right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, he starts the camp. Ooh, he doesn't have much militia left. Coil. Gets that one. Oh, but he's out of mana. I think that's pretty good for Blade. He certainly should be getting the Ogre Magi now. Oh, but there we go. There it is. Militia's over. 3 creepers still left. Uh-oh. Level 3 AM. Oh my god, that's so important right now. Thank you, Tome of Experience. Look at these boys. They're all bloodlusted. They're all mad. So, a couple of peasants died. It's hard to creep this. But he's still... Oh, but the DK. The right click actually gets the last hit. And now we can go for this one with a coil. 2 fiends here. Should be an easy last hit, honestly. Oh, he messes it up. That's a rare mistake. That shouldn't have happened. There was fiend long-range shots plus the coil, obviously. And he still doesn't get it. That's a fairly big mistake, to be honest. But he saved all the fiends. One's low here. This one's healthy. DK on okay health. In the main, tier 2 done. Slaughterhouse, Lich, and the next Ziggurat. Death Blade once again stop making footmen. He's... Oh, I think he denied that. Yeah, he did. Nice. He's on 5 footies right now. I think that's kind of the minimum you have to have. Of course, at the moment he's mass producing this one, so most of his resources are going in there. It's gonna be done in a second, though. And the Lich from the main brings the orb. The rod, excuse me. And a fast tier 3 tech. The undeads from China oftentimes will stay on tier 2 longer for the first statue and a few more fiends. But Happy's going tier 3 very fast here. AM with these items here can play pretty aggressively. He is a lot more durable to the nuke. And I like that. I like that so much. Arcane Tower in front. I think it's a little far forward. Maybe here, so you can repair it with the gold peons. But still. Good, good, good. Cover it with the footies. Get it up early. And tech early once again.
A player's forces are under attack.
I want to see the barracks. He has 6 footies right now. And no defend. Shop coming up as well. And this is the thing, the Arcane Tower may be a little far forward. It's hard to repair it. There we go. Repairs it though, regardless. And if he had defend here... I don't know. I'm still thinking about old defend though. If he had old defend and like 8 footies, he could kind of A-click against this. Don't exactly know how it is with a new defend. Is he really not making any more footmen? Oh, the shredder is stuck. Water elementals, right-clicking the statue, also pretty nice. Forcing it to go back, minimizing the healing. And a surround here possibly on the Fiend. He's not quite looking. But still, forces Happy away, forces him far away. Dude, this is the least dominant I've seen Happy in a long time. But he's really not looking at the AM right now. What the fuck are you doing? Oh. What the hell, man? Wow, dude.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh my god, are you serious right now, man? I mean, that's always the thing that can happen against Undead. Don't pay attention to your heroes. Lose them. I don't even think that game was over necessarily. I don't think he's gonna break that base with 3 Fiends. That was a shame, man. That was a shame. After those amazing wins that he had earlier on LR and AZ, where he played his heart out. And there, he doesn't look at his AM. Too bad.